Hello YouTube friends, Alicia here. This is my junk journal that I created when I talked about the one I was talking about when I made my bunny journal, that I forgot to use the stuff in my bunny journal. But what I did was I made like a trashy junk journal with my stuff for my chinchilla. I was going to combine the two, but then I forgot to use the stuff. So I just made, like I said, a trashy junk journal, and my chinchilla pictures are already in here. Which I still have lots of space to add more pictures and things. I don't think I have any more pictures of my chinchillas, but I'm going to add other pictures, like digital pictures and other stuff I find. So I just made a little charm to add to the spine. I like making these like beaded charms, but I'm not very good at using them, so I just added that. This little fuzzy charm reminds me of my chinchilla Dusty, which you'll see. And it's just the donuts are chinchilla treats, and so I just used the box and added some fabric tape to the spine to reinforce it, and some fabric to the edges. It just says memory, a couple of stickers. This is just a paper clip with a cute bow. I just put it there because I think it's cute. This little hole here, I want to put like a shaker piece in, but I need to find something that's going to fit in, like a little dome piece that will fit in. I don't know if I'll be able to, but if not, maybe I'll just put a little picture or something there. So that's fun. A sticker vintage lace. And I made these, they're just digitals. I just made them into stickers and distressed them. And then on the inside, the fabric, then packaging. The shadows are really bad. This is one of my chinchillas. This was Midnight on top of the cage. Unfortunately, when I moved, I had to get rid of them. I was not happy. So this journal was made with things I had, just cut-offs and scraps of coffee dye paper and things like that. Another one of my beaded charms that I've made, I just put it on paper clip. And paper that I kind of just had laying around that needed to be used. More packaging, a little sticker. This is plastic bag that their hay came in. It's pockets. And they're huge bags. I just cut it down. And I don't actually know if that was for my chinchillas or bunnies. They had different ones, but it doesn't matter. They had log houses. They were spoiled. A little tassel. Midnight again. That I think might be Dusty. They were Dusty and Midnight. They're black and gray. They had these little houses. So there's lots of room to write in here as well, if I choose to. A water bottle. Tag. This is Midnight, and Dusty is here, but you can't really see it. When I bought them, they had them in a really tiny cage, just separated. So what I did was I took the divider out of this cage to make it a big cage, and then I bought like a 2-story cage for one of them. I wanted to get 2 2-story cages, but I didn't have the money, and before I had a chance to, I had moved, so that's why one had a really big cage. This is Dusty. with his wooden blocks. A second signature. No, this is the third signature. Their food came in here. That's a dust bath, is what he's looking at. They need dust baths for their skin, and they make a massive mess. Some paper I made. Huh. They're not supposed to be in the living room, but I had bunnies as well. But sometimes they were bad. That's Midnight on my stairs. He got out of his cage. This is eco dye paper that I made. Oh, this is just a piece of tulle, just for texture. I really like the way this journal turned out. Braille paper with a little notepad piece. This guy was so funny. That's Midnight on top of the cage. Oh, there you can see a little log house. He liked his log house. And he didn't like to be in the cage. The problem was they weren't trained. I bought them from a lady who ran like a petting zoo, and her husband had gotten really sick, and so they had kind of been neglected, unfortunately, and just very cage bound. And by the time I got them, they were, I didn't really know how to train chinchillas, but they were too old to really try and train without piles of work. So I unfortunately had to keep them in the cage most of the time, just due to the fact that they would run wild otherwise, and they can get into things, and they are fast. Like I had it get up my stairs once, and I was like terrified because I knew that if it got into like any of the vents or anything, because they're fluffy, but they have what's called a floating rib cage, so they can get into very small spaces that I wouldn't be able to get them out of. And so, sadly, I kept them in the cage most of the time. This is the back of the food bag. They're so cute. And then just a little envelope that I can put something in. And the back of the book. So this is my little chunky, trashy junk journal for my chinchilla pictures. It was really nice getting them used and out of the envelope. I've literally been keeping this stuff for probably about 5 years, wanting to make this journal. And so I'm going to fill it up with, like I said, more pictures of chinchillas that even I find online. And I'm thinking of almost making it like a chinchilla collage book. Just because I love chinchillas and I don't really need another writing journal. I mean, I can write a little bit about having them, but I don't have too much to write about when it comes to chinchillas. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of different style of journal, and I'll talk to you all soon.